Ah, Phelps. I was just discussing with Finbar here how well you were doing. Have a seat.
Yeah, my real name. And you can just forget all about it.
You boys have a new case. A poor Hispanic woman murdered near City Hall and left lying naked in an alleyway.
Another naked woman, sir?
Yes. We seem to have had quite a run of them since the dive fiend first struck.
Phelps is politely trying to hint that he thinks the Mendez case is hokey.
Well, young Phelps, you win some and you lose some in police work.
You're happy with the Mueller case, sir?
Over the moon, boys! The DA couldn't be more pleased with the evidence, the witness, and the lack of an alibi. Now, get out there and catch me another sinner.
もうあれか。ウォンさんが刑事になって事件を解決していきます。いいね。こんばんは。ウォンさん。おう、ミルクティーさん。こんばんは。今日は解決していくよ。事件を解決していくよ。これでいいかな。あ、ちゃうわ。米天才の時期が来たよ。米返済、いや、今日は違うのよ。米返済の時期。来てないのよ。俺やってないのよ、もう今。デッドバイデイライトっていうゲーム。やってないよ。2週間ぐらいもうやってないよ。米借金返済。借金返済。おい、借金じゃねえし。借金じゃねえし。間違えた。仮米天才。ほら、風子さんも言ってるよ。仮米兵さん、おい、やめとけ。話が変わってくる。おし、行くぞ。
You have the address?
It's the alley off Aliso between Los Angeles and Alameda.
You're kidding. The next one will be opposite Central Station.
Count yourself lucky, Phelps. Most guys would kill to land a case so close to their desk.
Yeah, it means they can pop in to hit the office supply of hooch whenever they need it.
You know, that ain't a bad idea. That is not a bad idea at all, Phelps.
3900点。危ない危ない危ない危ない。どこぞのおじさんがメタルギアやろうか迷ってたよ。あ、マジで？もうやってほしいわ。ぜひ敵に見つかったあのチョコジを見てみたい。待って待ってつって。ダメですつって。共同口になるチョコジが見てみたい。
Detectives, they're ready to start the show.
絶対面白い
I'll take you through.
よし、現場来たぞ。
Oh, for Christ's sake.
Brothers, Pinker.
Cause of death is pretty apparent. We thought we'd best wait for you. When you're ready.
チョコさんがやるってのがおもろいんだよね、わら。そうなのよ。もう、私の。なんだこれ。公立図書館。
only 21 years old. But why the library card? Did he want us to find it?
図書カードがあったぞ。
Another wedding ring torn from the finger. No skin under the
前
fingernails.
回の事件もなんか、ちょっと前かな、2000何年、20、ちょっと前のゲーム、2010何年のゲームよ。ちょっと古いかな。なんだこれ。
Kiss the blood. BD.
気に口づけよ。違う。
Lacerations on the neck would indicate a great deal of force.
うわぁ。
The evidence in the Mueller case was solid. I'm not convinced about Mendez.
The best way to get away with murder is to pin it on somebody else.
怖
I'll bet
い
a
よ。
month's salary this is a cop.
そうだよね。これだって18金だもん。
Yeah. We know the MO. So does every jerk who kills his wife and girlfriend looking for a way out. I've spoken to Brown. He still believes the Dahlia
あ
bird has
ん
medical
まりね、
experience.
配信にはよ
Four
ろしくな
women,
い
all
やつか
murdered,
も
all
し
put
れな
on
いけど。
display, all with messages.
でもね、
Mueller
結
had
構
no
面白いね。
messages. Look, Phelps, this is getting us nowhere.
Anything for us to go on, Mal?
Head injuries from contact with road,
頭を打ちむ
bruising from a
男
small
性
man's shoe, further
What the-
blunt force trauma to the occipital region at the base of the skull.
首を絞め
Could have
て
been
さら
fatal,
に
but clear
後ろ
signs
から
of
殴った の
strangulation
か
would
な
seem to rule it out.
Lipstick appears to be a similar color to the other cases. I'll see if I can nail down a
な
brand.
んかそんな感じの事件だね、これは。
えぐ。
えぐいよね。ちょっとこのカバン見たいな。これ見れないのかな、このカバン。カバンの上に乗っちゃったよ、これ。カバンの上に乗っちゃったよ。
カバンに乗るのおもろい。わら。
いや、でもこれ、見れないな。あ、まずは、なんだこれ。
潰れるだろ、わら。
If she took a blow to the head like the others,
潰れない
she's
のよ。
probably unconscious when strangled.
これまずは、血まみれのストッキングがあったね。で、なんか血の跡があるな。
どんだけ硬いねん、わら。
そうだよね、このカバンね。硬いのよ。なんだこの血の跡は。
May as well follow the trail.
Phelps, you'll want to come and take a look at this.
かなちょっと見てみようか。この血の引きずった後の
I'm not
先
kidding,
に。
Phelps.
あ、帽
Cuffs.
子が落ちてるぞ。アントニア。
Antonia. Huh. Same as the library card.
ほう、図書カードと同じ。ほうほうほう。アントニア。続いてるな。あれじゃないなんかブランドみたいなやつじゃないのわかんない。なんだうわゴミ箱。
Proximity to the scene, plus the bloodstains. No way is this coincidence.
ほうほうほう。こんなもんか。で、まだあるな、血の跡が。
on it goes.
まだあれだな。
We kept the area pristine for you boys. Let's check it out.
Thank you. いいよ。なんだイチゴ食ってんのかなんだ何食ってんだ本当な。お、なんだこの鍵を。
House keys strung up like bait on a hook.
You think he's trying to lead us somewhere?
Probably all the way to City Hall, that brazen son of a bitch.
すごいな、まだ血の跡が続いてる。なんだこの血の跡は。なんだこれは。なんだこれ。
It's got to be a code or a cipher.
253。253。253。でなんだこの手の跡は。
Where are you taking us?
これ上行くのか。何上に何があるんだ。
Empty. Where is all of this meant to be taking us?
He clearly wants us to find these things. He's left them for us.
There you go, Phelps. You got a new M.O. I told you it wasn't our guy.
Or he might just be getting more confident.
Oh, 間違えた。失礼。
Enameled and gold-plated. This was precious to her.
なんかいろいろ
ウォンさんが刑事になって事件を解決していきます。いいね。コメントをスキップします。昔のゲーム。怖いよ。えぐ。カバンに乗るのおもろい。わら。潰れるだろ。わら。どんだけ硬いねん。わら。
まだ上続いてるわ。
The trail points up.
ああ。お、なんだこれ指輪だ。
Pulled from the finger and hung up here. What's the significance?
Okay.
Looks as though the killer was decorating this.
ほうほうほう。
Son of a bitch wants her identified. Mrs. Antonia Maldonado, 712 North Hill Street downtown.
ほうほうほう。お、降りたな。とりあえずあんだけだったのか。ってことは、じゃあ次は、ここ。アントニアの家。
It was Mrs. Maldonado, right?
That's affirmative.
All right, so then there's a husband we should be looking for. Get him, we've closed the case.
Rusty's razor, of course. I don't want to question your tried and tested techniques, Detective Galloway.
Oh.
Cole, come on! Not if he's got a confession. And, you know, there's ways of getting those.
I'm sure.
やめろ。言うんじゃない。わかんない。そのまま喋ってみてみれいいんじゃない？これか？アントニアの家。アントニア。
Just a moment. I'm sorry. Can I help you?
LAPD, ma'am. Detective Phelps and Galloway. Does Mrs. Maldonado live here?
Yes, she does.
シェアはしなあかんやろ。
Plenty, the owner of this building. Is there a problem?
I'm afraid so, ma'am. Do you mind if we come in? Is there somewhere we can discuss this?
Of course. Follow me through to the parlor. Swap your feet as you come in, detectives. It's his wife.
Mrs. Maldonado was found dead this morning.
Dead? Oh, no. She can't be.
I'm afraid she was murdered, ma'am. We need to take a look at her things.
I can't believe it. A person seems so alive, and then they're gone.
これ入ってた？
Antonia's room is upstairs. Last door on the left.
Thank you. We'll be back shortly.
Excuse us a moment, ma'am.
左、上の一番奥って言っとったな。どこだ？どうやって行くんだ？
左って言ってたよ。
あ、こいつについてけばいい。
これ左、一番
これか。
上で左奥って言ってた。
ここか。うわ。
Will you look at that? Someone's turned the place over.
Maldonado 夫人。
うん。
アントニア。
アントニア。
何裁判
Okay, we have an address.
エンジェル・マルドナード。 なんだこれ。なんか手紙だな。裁判系の手紙だな。
The charm bracelet wasn't among the crime scene evidence.
ブレスレット。アントニア。
ブレスレットはなかった。どこ行っちゃったんだ。
The smashed window explains why the place looks tossed.
荒らされたのかこれは。
You know how I feel about windows, Phelps.
バールみたいなやつ。
これか
So someone broke in using this thing instead of a crowbar. Wonder where it was taken from.
手がかり。弁護士の手紙？さっきのは弁護士の手紙か。離婚弁護士と被害者間の親書。はあ。なるほど。あ、これで外へ行けるのか。
うん。
ほうほうほう。ここは。あ、もうここしか行けねえのか。
枯れないんだ。
もうなさそうだな。
うん。
こいつの話を聞くのか。
We have some questions, ma'am, if you're up to it.
Yes, detective.
難しいな。
I'll do my best.
さあ、尋問タイム。
Do you have any idea who might have wanted to hurt Mrs. Maldonado?
That rat of her husband, Angel. She was serving him divorce papers.
If I killed every wife to serve me papers, I'd be a mass murderer.
Are you being flippant, young man?
No, ma'am.
夫かなこれ。夫の話かな。
と
夫っぽいな。だってそうじゃないこれ。これ。離婚したがってたのかな。
What can you tell us about Angel Maldonado?
She married him when she was 17.
アン
He
ト
was
ニア。
cruel to her, very cruel. She was a good girl, little on the religious side, but a good girl.
What time did Antonia go out yesterday?
She left around 9.
Do you know where she went?
No, I've no idea. She was a good girl, but she didn't confide in me.
9時ぐらいに出かけた。何か知ってそうじゃないか。なんか顔うつむきだぞ。どうなんだ。目が泳いでるんじゃねえか。何か知ってそうだな。
見えるよね。
ちょっと疑ったろ。
A nosy old hag like you knows everything about the people who live under her roof. Where did she go?
I think she went to a bar.
Bar.
She's been drinking quite a lot lately.
This bar have a name?
El Dorado Bar.
El
Latino
Dorado
place
Bar.
on North Los Angeles Street.
El
It's only a couple of blocks from where
Dorado
we found the body.
You've had a break-in?
No. That can't be true.
いや、侵入してた
Being
わ。
economical with the truth, Mrs. Lepenti. What do you have to hide?
I have no idea what you are talking about.
おい、待って。いや、侵入してただろ。 割られてんだ、その窓が。
So Antonia lost her keys and used an iron bar to jimmy the back window?
I heard a noise in the early hours of the morning. I thought it might be a raccoon at the milk bottles. It'd be very bad for business if this news got out. I have a reputation to protect.
Antonia and her husband were estranged?
Yes. She moved here after she separated from her husband 2 months ago.
But Antonia still wore a wedding ring?
She wore the wedding ring and a necklace. She always wore a religious necklace. That's about all of her jewelry.
なんで？
What about her bracelet?
I don't know anything about a bracelet.
いやいやいやいや、これでしょ。
In her wedding photo, she's displaying a charm bracelet.
That thing? She never wore it. He gave it to her. She always kept it in that wooden jewelry box.
木の宝石箱。
Thanks, ma'am. You've been very helpful.
Pay a call to that husband of hers. Lock him up and throw away the key.
あったそんな。
We can either front
いや、
Dane's
なかっ
fault,
た
seeing
よ。
as the finger's pointing right at him, or we can
盗ん
set
だの
Kelpie
か
on the
もし
ground
かして。
あ
エルドラッド・バーン。バーン行くしかねえな、バーン。エルドラッド・バーン。
Looking for
おまわりさんでーす。
A nosy old hag? Ah! And I thought I was coming on strong with the ex-wives line.
Sometimes you have to be firm to get the information you need.
God damn it, ain't that the truth?
You don't think it's strange that all these murders are happening to girls who've been out drinking?
No. A broad drinks, she gets a bit tight, she starts mouthing off. This leads to that, and she ends up in an alleyway. It's a sad story, but this town's seen it play out 1,000 times, Cole.
Why don't you want to see a connection here?
Because there are perfectly good real-life suspects for every one of these murders. We don't need to go look...
危ない
Slow and steady, come on!
Think there's anything to the divorce angle?
I've been through 3, though. No big deal. After a while, you just numb yourself to the experience.
But Angel, he's a young Latino man. It would hurt his sense of who he is. He'd see himself as a failure, a woman taking control over his life.
Then she fronts him and he snaps. Works for me.
よし、着いたぞ。あれあれフーコもう寝たのか
What can I get you?
LAPD. Detectives Phelps and Galloway.
Diego Aguilar. How can I help?
You worked the bar last night?
Yeah. Me and a temp guy from the agency.
Did you have a woman in here last night? 21 years old, Hispanic, drinking heavily?
We have a lot of ladies like that in here. But yeah, I know who you mean. Antonia Maldonado. So what did she do?
She was murdered last night.
Oh, shit.
Do you know her well? Was she a regular?
Hell no. She was good and tight last night, complaining about her old man. It's a story you get used to working in a bar. She was so hammered last night, she left a letter on the bar. I'll show you.
Hey, honey, what time do you get off waiting tables?
Divorce papers? Did you open them?
No need to. She was shouting about it and waving the letter around. Said she was going to show
寝てない寝てない寝てない寝てない寝てない起きてる起きてる起きてる
クッション急に無音になったもん。
起 起きてる。
どこ行っとったかと思ったよ。
起きてる起きてる。G をかけるの一生懸命だった。
Can you remember what jewelry she was wearing?
She had a necklace. Some kind of religious thing, I think. The temp guy would have more of an idea. She took the beer he served her and cried into it all night.
What time did she leave?
Can't say for sure.
なんだ、落ち着きがねえな。
Where did she go? Give me something or the LAPD will start getting interested in this place.
Take it easy. She wanted a cab, okay? And my phone was out of order. The closest one I knew was at the fruit market across the street, so I suggested she try there. She seemed reluctant.
Did Antonia say where she was going when she left?
She said she was going to serve the papers on the husband. Said that would take the smile off his face. If you ask me, she was scared. And the drink was for Dutch courage.
She attract any interest?
An extremely drunk young woman? What do you think? She managed to scare them off, though.
Thanks. You've been a big help.
No problem. Hey, get the guy, will you?
We'll do our best. One last
best.
question. What size shoe do you take, Mr. Aguilar?
A broad 9. I have wide feet.
Where's that goddamn waitress?
向かいのフルーツ店。あれか
向かいの果物だ。
ぺっぺー。
どれ向かいとか出てる。
フルーツのマーク買った。ああ、来た来た来た。
Shut. Great.
これか。
We'll need to come back later, Phelps. Maybe somebody here saw Antonia the night she died.
閉まってる。なんだと閉まってるのか。じゃあ、あれか。なんか侵入できねえのか、これ。夫に会ってくるか。とりあえず、夫に会いに行こう。
His name is Phelps.
You know the way. You can drive.
How about we drop in on the husband instead? See if your gut is right.
スキップ。よーし。ちょっと失礼。お、5名の方が見に来てます。いらっしゃいませ。
5人も
?5 名様いらっしゃい。5人も謎解きしましょう。これてか、どこだ部屋どこだ
どこどこ
どこ部屋どこ見てなかった。ここが。ここ外やないかい。
そこ入ったのかな。
まだ上か。
Phelps, this could turn ugly. Forget about knocking. Let's take our boy by surprise.
Hey, what the fuck?
LAPD, motherfucker, you're under arrest.
お、なんだ。
すごい。
I got up.
All right. If you really want.
What do you think, Joe?
I got nothing to say.
Finish. Okay.
Damn. They got some decent shots in there.
どっちがどっちだ
LAPD, you two are under arrest. Call for some backup, Finbar.
Galloway, badge number 564. I need a prowl car at the apartment building 330 North Hill Street. 2 suspects need transporting to Central.
Your wife has been murdered, Angel.
Antonia? Oh, God, no!
Where were you last night, Angel?
I was here with my brother the whole night, goddammit! You think I'd kill my own wife?
We should get the whole place going over, then talk to the neighbors.
Yes.
And Phelps, I don't care that you just got smacked in the head. You don't call me Finbar.
Oh, 血がついてるぞ。
This will take some explaining.
Maybe one of the neighbors took notice of Angel's movements. He's got no alibi. He's toast.
Okay. Oh, 木箱だ。お、フルーツマーケット。
Just picked fruit market.
Wine.
I wonder if Angel gets all his groceries from this place.
もうなさそうだな、これは。まだあるかな。あ、帽子、誰のだ。あ、相棒のやつだった。寝室には何か。バットぐらいか。これ、なさそうだな。こんなもんか。さっき聞き込みしようか。
What do you want?
LAPD. We're making some inquiries.
Make it quick. I work nights.
So you weren't home last night?
No, I was at work.
You know nothing about Mrs. Maldonado fighting with her husband?
Those two? They're always screaming the place down.
Thanks.
Thanks.
No good. Nobody here.
あ、ここはいねえのか。もしもーし。
Sorry about that.
起きてるよ、ちゃんと見てるよ。
LAPD. Were you here last night?
びっくりしたのよ。
あ、びっくりした。
Wife and I are separated, and I had the kids last night. I put them to bed early and went to bed myself.
Thanks.
怖っ、緑の顔。
くりしたわ、今。
Hello.
LAPD, ma'am. Did you hear a disturbance last night?
Yes. Yes, I did. Mrs. Maldonado lit out of here, and her husband ran out after her.
You saw this, Miss?
Aranda. I had the door open a crack.
Did you see Mr. Maldonado come back inside after he ran out?
No. I didn't.
Thanks. We'll be in touch.
夫のアリバイ。ほう。
I kept thinking you were going to call that one.
どっか出て、追いかけてったって言ってたね、今。
I'm executing restraint right now, Finbar.
Finbar. Dee 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 dee. Ooh.
Disgusting. Didn't you ever hear of germs?
KGPL, 11 King, over.
11K, Captain Donnelly and Detective Sergeant Finis Brown urgently request your presence at Central. A new letter has been found.
新たな手紙が見つかった。
11K, en route.
11K. I got you. 中央署に戻る。
Another letter? I thought the letter was from a nut.
These letters, Brown and Hanson believe they are genuine. From him.
And now we sent another.
I really hate this fuck. This black galleon guy. You seen the body? Fucking cased his nostrils way to the guts. Hollywood. Every prom queen from every fucking hick town in America turns up here. Where do they end up? Gutted the fucking
なんだ、
side.
すぐ近くじゃん。ドキドキ、冗談ドキドキ。
The captain is waiting for you downstairs with Pinker.
The bum took a swipe at me. Put him down with my sap.
No
You
gun.
gonna go downstairs and see
主
Donnelly or
任に
what?
会うじゃないのか。どこだ、主任はどこだ、
どこどこどこ。
主任はどこなんだ。
They're waiting down in tech services, Phelps.
鑑識か、こっちか。相棒についてこう。
Pushed him in front of the car? That's the cop who caught her.
何食ってんだよ。ガチャガチャガチャガチャ。
なんで聞こえるの
Boys, come on
Boys.
in. Phelps,
Come in.
have you met Finis Brown?
Pleased to meet you, sir.
His information is confidential and doesn't leave this room.
The new letter was left in the back seat of a cab. The driver thinks it was put through the window and not left by a customer.
We're checking all his fares back 24 hours regardless.
Good.
Like the previous letters, it's been assembled from headlines and typed from the Times and Examiner, then glued to an envelope.
What is the other note?
This one? That's also new. A poem, hand-typed.
Do you mind if I take a look?
Go ahead. We've been over both documents pretty carefully. They've been wiped with gasoline, so there's no chance of prints.
ギ 気が変わった。汚い入り口に来るつもりだよ。クソくらい。BD テックス。あれ ?BD ってなんか、死体に書いてあったの？
なんかさっきあった。
うん。Fuck you, BD テックス。
書いてあった。
こっちはなんだい？呪いの力によって、あれなんだもしれない。あれ、行為。
Keep upon thy soul by virtue of this curse.
That's why we called you in.
Do you think it's original?
Not unless he's a genius.
You like this nutjob's poem?
No, I like Shelley. It was written at least 100 years ago.
Shelley? Sure, I knew that.
You see, Finnis? I told you this lad was a bright boy.
Sure, but what has it got to do with the case?
Prometheus Unbound. Prometheus was a titan, a superhuman character who defied the gods to bring fire to humanity.
これと今の事件がどうつながるかだ。
Your guess is as good as mine.
関係なさそうだけど、あの文字が気になる。
As you said, he is fiendishly clever and takes pleasure in taunting us. What's happening with the Maldonado case?
We have the husband in custody. We haven't interviewed him yet.
Well, upstairs then, lads, and see if we can break him.
まあ、もう部長はすぐ口を終わらせろって言うし。
Hey, Cole, let's get moving.
That's the cop who caught her.
Improved your attitude, Angel?
What do you want me to say? I was with Antonia the night she died. But
Antonio.
She left the apartment. That was the last time I saw her.
難しいよね、これ。
難しい。難しいんだよ。
So your wife paid you a visit last night. What time was that?
Late, around midnight, maybe? She didn't stay long.
長くはいなかった。ほ
う。You're lying, Angel. You went after her. I think you killed her.
You're out of your mind. My brother will tell you I was at home.
あ、弟。いや、君はアリバイはどうなんだい？
We have a witness who confirms that you were arguing, that your wife ran out, that you followed her, and didn't come back.
I know this looks bad.
見てんだよ。住人が見てんだよ。
We argued, all right?
追いかけてったんだ
She
ろ。
went out, and I went out after her, and you jumped in a car on the corner.
There was a car waiting for her? Can you describe the driver?
Not the driver. It was too dark. But the car. It was a brown Ford coupe.
ほう。車に乗ってったのか。なるほど。つまり、夫が追ってったんだけど、奥さんは、またしたったかなんかの車に乗って、行っちゃったわけよ。で、追わずじまいだったっていう話。だからもう一人いそうだね。
She was divorcing you. Is that why you killed her?
We fought, yeah, but we weren't getting a divorce.
喧嘩してないし、離婚までは行ってない。バカ言うんじゃねえ。
I don't believe you, Angel. She'd been granted a decree nisi. She pushed you too far, and you lashed out.
I told you. I wouldn't accept a
俺は
divorce.
離婚認めていない。バカ言うんじゃねえ。あれ、どれだったっけ？手紙があったよね、なんか。
どれだ？
あれ？
The judge had set a
これだよ
date.
ね。うん
You were going to be paraded in front of the whole city for your cruelty to her, Angel.
Antonia.
そう、離婚届、そう。
Oh, Jesus.
出てんだよ、裁判で。
She came in drunk, out of her mind. She doesn't normally drink. She was looking around in her bag. Said she wanted to serve me papers. Me, her own husband. So I slapped her down. She ran out. That's the truth.
What size shoe do you wear, Angel?
Size 8. What difference does that make?
When we found your wife, her jewelry had been removed. Was she wearing her religious medallion last night?
Sure. She always wore that.
What about the charm bracelet? Was she wearing that?
You know about that? She never wore it. She didn't like the message. She kept it locked up in that box of hers.
Your wife has been brutally murdered. So how do you explain your shirt being covered in blood?
You found that? I cut myself shaving.
いや、髭剃りであんな血は出ないで。
Angel, I'm not going to waste any more time on this. Give me something or I'm going to have you charged.
My brother, Ippolito. He said some bad things about Antonia last night. So I had to sock him one.
あ、
We
お
got
と、
into
兄弟喧嘩でつい
Keep
た。
talking.
あれか。
She said she came from the El Dorado bar.
And?
It's not one of my places. We used to buy fruit at the market down the street. But the creep there was always running his eyes all over my wife.
What's the name of this fruit market?
Just picked fruit.
何
Orange Street
ここの
downtown.
店主
One last question, Angel.
店主がなんか出てき
Do
た。
the words kiss the blood mean anything to you?
No. Sounds sick to me.
You're not in the clear by any means, Angel. You're going back into a cell.
ほ
You
うほう
should
ほ
think
う
about
ほう
whether you have anything else you need to share with us.
Need a drink. I got the jitters again.
困ってた。
もう、バーは、ここだよね、やっぱり。ここ気になるよね。こう店主に会いに行かな
I'm
きゃ。
just praying the prince come through so I can nail this.
店主が舐めますようにとかって。奥さんを。どういうこったやらしいやっちゃな。
What's your read on Maldonado?
I still like him
Maldonado.
for it. Seriously, that line about the guy at the fruit market making eyes at his woman? Please. We'll get to the market and the guy behind the counter will tell us he saw Angel drag his old lady off into the night. This case will be
見たい
shit
って
like all the
いや
others.
続き見たいって言ってたの。
土丸ちゃん、さっき配信してたよ。
うん。いやいや、顔出しちゃったけど。おちちまる。おちちまる。
来ないね。
まあ、いい。あ、来た来た。風景。
走ってんじゃん。
何？
車ちゃんと走ってんじゃん。
いや、
危ない。
車だもん。車だもん、ちゃんと走るから。
あ、
お、開いてる。いらっしゃいませー。
LAPD, Detective Phelps and Galloway.
Clem Feeney, what can I do for you?
Did you happen to see a young woman last night? 21 years old, Hispanic?
Sure, she came by last night. Why do you ask?
She was wearing a necklace?
I didn't notice.
You weren't paying attention, Feeney?
Hey, you're getting the wrong idea.
なんだ？ちょっと目がうつろだぞ。
Exactly how much fruit do you sell here after midnight, Clem?
Look, not much. I sell the odd bottle on the side to the after-hours crowd. Look, I don't want any trouble. I'm just trying to make a buck.
The young lady arrived around midnight?
Yeah, something like that. Used the phone for a cab and then left.
You already knew Mrs. Maldonado, didn't you, Clem?
Sure, I met her before. She seemed like a nice lady. Her husband went apeshit one day when he caught me talking to her. She had me back until last night.
Where did she go from here?
She wanted a cab, but I couldn't get her one. I was about to offer to drive her, but a car pulled up and she got into that.
Can you describe the car?
Brown Ford Coupe, I think.
She
seemed to know the guy.
Do you mind if we look around?
Why would you want to do that?
Because we say so.
I guess you can. Don't you have to get a court order or something? I have rights.
夫も証言してるんだよな。なんだあ、ここ入るのかで
No wonder he stays open late at night. People have to get their vitamins. Check through this stuff before we get back out there.
なんだなんだこの血の
Why cut someone who was already dead?
It's a typical power thing. Once the stiff is dead, the creep usually feels they can do whatever they like. They must have seen it during the war.
ほうほうほう。お、レンチ。これは特に意味はなさそうだな。
This fruit stall punk gets about 10 seconds to explain before I pull his fucking arms off. Clem!
あ、なんだ、逃げたぞ。なんで逃げるんだ
God damn it, get after him, Cole! I'll try to shoot out his tires. Wish me luck.
ちょっと。危ない
We should have grabbed him when we had the chance, Phelps.
When we had the chance, we didn't know he was our guy.
Nah.
Strange that he'd leave a trail of blood right back to his own market.
Maybe he wanted to be caught. A lot of them do.
It's almost too perfect, isn't it?
There's no such thing as too perfect.
Don't go to sleep on me. Get me back in close.
撃て撃て
Keep it steady and I'll try to bust his tires.
You're a sick man, Clem. You need help.
あれまたどっか行ったな
Outstanding job on this case, gentlemen. The poor woman can now rest in peace. I'll pay the fiend a personal visit myself and remind him that crime in this city does not go unpunished. When they finish with him at the receiving hospital, we'll have him up before the grand jury. I have a meeting this afternoon with the mayor lads. I'll be sure to mention your names. Now, on your way.
クリムの密造酒の量を見れば。クリムの密造酒の量を見れば。エルドラードで、時点で逮捕できたはずだ。
難しいね、
どういうこと？エルドラード、バールで逮捕できたってこと？
なんで？
バーにいたのあいつ。
なんで
Sarge, why are the guys giving it to the dog?
密造酒だった
They're
ら
riding in
しい。
trucks, numbskull, while you're marching.
They look pretty badly beat up.
Yeah,
they do at that. Scuttlebutt says it's pretty hard going down south.
We'll find out soon enough.
いや、ない。
Recon always leads.
How can we fail? Skip with the shadow leading the show.
Who the fuck is a shadow?
Lieutenant Phelps, the
あれ
shadow
が
of
足りん
death.
かったのか
What
な？
the fuck are you talking about?
He's a quiet fucker, Sarge. Never hear the bastard
いや、
come.
Sitting
なんだ
there,
っけ。
field stripping a
捜索
cigarette.
中か。
Suddenly he's there looking down on you.
Why do you think we keep
手
saluting
が、
that
そうそう
jab
そう、
loving
手がか
son
り
of
が
a
足らんか
bitch?
ったのか。
Bad juju.
That's enough out of you three. Bad juju? Where were you dragged up? A swamp?
ちょうど1時間だ。事件解決に。いいね。1話完結いいかもしれない。じゃあ、ここで終わっとく？
終わり？
ではでは、来週は、次週のお楽しみ。では、みんな、お疲れ様ーす。